Arthurian castle. Oh. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany. Today we are doing a fall reading vlog. We're going to be doing some cozy fall activities. I plan to go to the corn maze. I plan to go to the apple orchard, make an apple pie. It is going to be so cozy, and I'm going to be reading my fall TBR in this video. So my plan is to read Bride by Ali Hazelwood, City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards, and Zodiac Academy. All three of these books have vampires in them, and I am a big vampire fan. If you know me, I'm obsessed with Twilight, Vampire Diaries, all of that. And so I've been really just in the mood for some vampire books, especially since it's about to be spooky season and the weather's cooling down and everything. I'm just totally in the mood to binge a bunch of vampire books. So those are the books I will be reading, and I will bring you along with me.
Autumn leaves, they fall so slow. In your eyes I see them glow. The golden light, it warms the air, like the love that we both share.
Harry Potter vibes for sure. Basically two mortals that are going to a supernatural academy, or they thought they were mortals, and then they're learning that they're actually supernatural, and they're trying to access their powers for the first time and learn magic. There's like all different types of magic classes in this book, and I think what's interesting so far is that there's different ways of expressing your magic depending on like what order you are. So there's like vampires, there's werewolves, there's sirens. Sirens get their power from like people's emotions. So if someone's afraid or they're upset, they can just like drain that emotion and get power from it. And then like vampires, they have to get their power by sucking another fae's blood. And the main characters, Tori and Darcy, they're twins. They don't know what order they are. So it's kind of interesting so far trying to figure out that with them, and just kind of learning as they're learning about the different types of magic and the different types of orders and everything. Only thing I don't really like so far is like there's not really any characters that I like other than Tori and Darcy. Like everyone is really rude to Tori and Darcy because they don't want them at the academy because they are super competitive and don't want them coming to steal the throne. And so they're just bullying Tori and Darcy, and they're just assholes. So those are my thoughts so far, and I am enjoying it. I wanted to give you a update on Zodiac Academy. I finished this last night. Like, we'll be continuing it. I rated 3 stars. I like the concept of how like everyone at the Supernatural Academy has powers. You're trying to figure out what Tori and Darcy's order is, because they all have different ways of manifesting their powers and recharging their powers, and you don't know, Tori and Darcy don't know like what their order is and how they are supposed to recharge or manifest their powers. So that is interesting, and I like all the different types of supernatural creatures that or like sirens and dragon shifters, all those type of things. I like how the vampires are able to get power from people by sucking their blood, so that's an interesting component. But yeah, I would recommend it for people who like dark academia reads, who enjoy vampire supernatural creatures, but I'm not like obsessed with it yet, and I think that it's going to get even better as the series goes on. So that's my update, and I'm going to start a City of Gods and Monsters today. So I'm very excited about this. This is another vampire book, and it's perfect for spooky season.
autumn leaves, they fall so slow. In your eyes I see them glow. The golden light, it warms the air, like the love that we both share.
Timeless autumn glow in your heart, I know. Through the years we've come to see our love's as bright as it can be.
The winds may chill, the skies turn gray, but you and I will find our way. Like fallen leaves we drift and dance in love's eternal sweet romance.
Timeless
Autumn glow in your heart, I know. Through the years we've come to see our love's as bright as it can be.
The autumn leaves, they fall so slow. In your eyes I see them glow.
The golden light, it warms
Darien Castle, oh, he has me giggling and kicking my feet. I just love the banter between the two characters. Lauren, I think is how you say her name. It's not Lauren, it's Lauren. And Darien, they just have the cutest freaking banter. She's so stubborn, you know how typically you have the human girl who's super stubborn. It's like, I don't need your help. And he's just trying to be a gentleman and help her out. You know, he's way more powerful than her. And it's just such an interesting premise and plot. Like, I've never read anything like this. The concept of the plot, I don't really want to like give away too much, but based on the back of the book, Darien is a like bounty hunter kind of. He's part of the seven devils, which is basically they're like bounty hunters for the supernatural world. When someone hires them, they go and kill people, and they have like this thing called the sight where they can like track people's auras, and so he can see her aura. And it's funny because like there's a hilarious part in the book where he can tell that she's like attracted to him and like that he's turning her on basically because he can see her aura. And so he's like, why am I suddenly getting the sense that you want to drop your panties? And it's just so funny. But their banter's so cute. He calls her Rookie. I highlighted the quote on my Kindle app, so I'm just gonna go look at it. I've been reading this book mainly on my Kindle. He says, would you do me the extreme honor of telling me why you suddenly want to drop your panties? Because he can see her aura. And then their banter is so cute, and she's like, I'm sorry to squash your inflated ego, but I have zero desire to make love to you. The corners of his mouth, that damned, distracting mouth, twitched with amusement, the dimple in his cheek making an appearance. Lauren blinked, her spine stiffening. What's so funny? Your word choice amuses me. Well, if you wouldn't call it making love, then what would you call it? She huffed. Fucking. The hint of a smile that was flirting with his lips. I would call it fucking, Miss Lauren. It's funny. Okay, I want to talk about my initial thoughts on Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm about halfway, I'm 157 pages of the way through, and there's like almost 400 pages in the book. So I'm about halfway through. I feel like it's taking me a while to get into it. I enjoy like the dynamic of the MMC and the FMC. Like, I think they're cute, and I can tell that like it's gonna get super good when they start to, I don't know, when we start to have some more romance between them. Right now there's not really a romantic relationship going on with the couple. It's a marriage of convenience, and so they're strictly married just to have an alliance between the werewolves and the vampires, and like he doesn't trust her because she's a vampire, and it's strictly, their marriage is just for alliance purposes. But you can definitely see that like she thinks he's attractive. It's only in her point of view, so you don't have his perspective, but you can kind of tell that he has a soft spot for her. And his little sister is in the story, and what's the main character's name? Misery. She is the FMC. She is really protective of his sister and has like a good relationship with his little sister, and so I think he's probably admires that about her, and he's working with her to help her find her friend who is missing and is human, because she was raised basically in the human world because she was used as like a collateral type of alliance, I guess, with the humans, and so she's looking for her sister, and he's helping her. But so far there's really not much romance going on, and I'm about almost 200 pages done, and I'm interested to like see what happens, but I'm not like super invested, and it's kind of taking me a while to get into it. It's a little bit slow. So we'll see how the second half of the book goes, but I am interested to see what happens. So I decorated my bookshelves. I still have my sunflowers, but I put little pumpkins. And then I have this cute little candle that's so fall looking. And then we have Brittany's library, open daily. It has the number of books I've read this year, which I need to update that to 42. And then you have my bookshelf over here. I added some candles to, and little pumpkin candle, and my little pumpkins that I got for my wedding. So I'm gonna give an update on Bride. It's getting good. We're getting a little bit more romance between the MMC and FMC. But still, like, they're not admitting that they like each other at this point. And there was this one part in the book that was so good and just reminded me of the Vampire Diaries. For those of you guys who have seen the TV show The Vampire Diaries, there's this one scene with Damon and Elena where Damon's letting Elena feed from him, like when she's turned into a vampire and she's having a hard time like keeping down blood. He lets her like feed from him to see if she can keep down his blood. And apparently, like, when another vampire like shares or feeds on another vampire, it's like super intimate. This similar thing happens in this book to where even it's not the vampire, it's the werewolf. Like, he has to mark her, is what they call it, and to do that he has to like bite her and like put his scent on her in different ways. It's weird, but that scene, like, you can tell like both of them were enjoying it, just like the Damon and Elena scene. I'll put a clip of it here, but it was just like that, and it was like tense, and I bookmarked some of it. Says, my fangs ache, itch, want like never before. I trace them with my tongue to ensure they aren't on fire, and Lo watches me do it. Every second of it, lips parting, he takes a small, involuntary step toward me, then retreats again, appalled at his lack of control. This might be new to me, and I may not be aware, but whatever just happened between us went beyond to let me disguise you real quick and straight into something different, something sexual. And if I know it, there is no way he doesn't. Lo, we should talk about this or never mention it again. The way he's looking, he's opting for the latter. I'm done, he said. He says to himself, eyes glassy, it's done. My smell, do I smell like? And he said, mine. It's a rumble in his throat. You smell like you're mine. So I really like where this book is going, and that's the update. So I'm hoping to get most of this read tonight because I really want to be able to be finished with this book tomorrow. But we'll see. I'm really enjoying it, and I am a fan of Ali Hazelwood for sure. I also want to give an update on City of Gods and Monsters. I'm obsessed with this book. Like, it's kind of unfair to Bride, but I literally just want to just binge this on my Kindle and only read this. But I like to have like a paperback and a Kindle read going on, and this is my Kindle read and that's my paperback, so I'm really trying to like finish this paperback. I know I'm not going to finish this in this reading vlog, but I'm like 40% of the way through, and it is getting so good. The yearning is so good. The banter between this couple is so freaking good, and like it just has me giggling and kicking my feet. Their conversations that they have, like her like she just has an attitude towards him, and like he, you know, gives it right back to her, and they just have this little. I love books like that where like the guy and girl have these little arguments and they're just constantly kind of bickering at each other, but they like each other. It's so cute. But this book, it just like I'm not really an annotator, but like I just keep highlighting stuff on my Kindle, and I'm obsessed. I love it. The plot is so good, so I'm just so excited. I am happy to find a series that I'm like freaking obsessed with and just eating up every bit of it. I finished Bride last night. It was so good. I really enjoyed this book. I've only read, this is the second Ali Hazelwood book that I have read, but I really like her. I really like her as an author. Obviously she's one of my favorite contemporary romance authors right now, and I think her books are just kind of like a slow burn. At first it takes you a little bit to get into them, but once you're like into the characters, she's really good. Like she's really good at building like sexual tension between the characters, and her spicy scenes are so good. Like I just really enjoy the yearning that she has in her books. It was fun to have vampire and werewolves in the mix, perfect for fall season, and it didn't take itself too seriously, so I wouldn't read this if you're like wanting a legit fantasy book. I still view it as a romance mainly, and it just has like fun fantasy spin on it. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 3.5 stars. I'm not upset. I wasn't like obsessed with it, and I feel like I have to be like a lot more obsessed with a book to rate it more than like 3.5 stars. But I really enjoyed it. Update on City of Gods and Monsters. I'm about 50% of the way through. I love this book. It's so good. I'm excited that I still have a whole 50% to read and a whole freaking series to binge through. I can tell this is going to be a 5-star read. Like, it would have to go horribly wrong for it not to be, because I just love every aspect of this book. I'm not bored at all. It has me like on my toes, like waiting to see what's happening next, and it's a slow burn romance. I love that. I love the dynamic between the MMC and the FMC, the banter. It's so good. And I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. If you get anything from this reading vlog, it is that you should go read this book. Well, that is it for this fall reading vlog. I had a great time reading these fall books with you guys. And I had a great time doing all these fall activities, and I hope to see you in the next reading vlog. Let me know if there's a certain series or book that you recommend that you want to see my reactions to, and I will see you next week. Bye.